Hello, welcome to the Perm Extra. Today we're talking with Sue Von Ruden and Arnie Thompson, both school board members for the Perm Dent School District. And we're going to talk about the upcoming levy referendum. And these folks are obviously supporters, want you to vote yes. And now we're going to have a visit, so you can find out why that this is important to happen for the Perm Dent School District. Welcome, both of you. So pleased that you could be here. Now, Sue, I'm going to start with you. We're going to talk a little bit about the ballot itself. There are 3 questions on the ballot.
That's correct. There's a question regarding the levy, and then there's 3 parts to that, Patty. And the basic question on the levy is we're asking supporters to approve a $595 per pupil levy. That's the main question on the ballot. And the important thing for folks to know is that that question needs to pass before the second and third part of that question apply. And the main part of that levy, the $595 per pupil, is for the school to be able to continue at the pace we're at without any further reductions than what we've done in the last few years. It's the base money that we need to continue to provide a quality education, keep this school strong and viable, and therefore our community strong and viable.
So when we get a yes to the first question, the second 2 questions pertain to?
The second question pertains to textbooks, technology, which would be computers. And that question asks for an additional $195 per pupil. And the third question, again, asks for another $195 per pupil, and that is for building repairs and maintenance, which we are getting to the point our buildings are aging, and we just don't have the funds to repair them as we need to.
And for the vote, we are going to be able to go to our regular polling place.
Yes, that's correct.
So we'll be able to do all of our voting that day in one place.
Yes, that's correct. Where people would typically vote during any general election, their township, their city, they will be able to vote there, yes.
Okay, Well, we'll come back to that, Sue, but I want to visit with Arnie a little bit about some of the history. You have been on the school board for, is it 9?
Yeah.
9 years, Arnie?
Yeah, I've had the privilege to be on the board for 9 years, and what we have done in the past 9 years is we have cut every year. And the reason for the cuts probably back 9 years and so is that the amount of students that we have decreased. So in order to run a good business, and we actually cut teachers and did different things to keep the class sizes to where they're supposed to be. But what has happened lately now is that without the funding, our class sizes are getting to the point of where they're actually too large. You take an individual that I call a high flyer or somebody that's going to go to a 4-year college, and that they can probably stand the larger classes. But when you take an average individual or below average, they end up needing more time one-on-one with the instructors.
Absolutely.
Well, if you have 40, 45 students, and even down in our middle school, we've got all the way up to 35 students, the teachers do not have enough time to take on the individuals that really need the extra time. And they're the ones that I personally feel that we need to do that so that they can continue in life and give them the best education that we can, instead of letting them drop through the holes and not ending up being a good person when they get out in life because they haven't had the basics that we give to them.
I noticed on some of the literature that the college prep courses have been cut somewhat or will face further cuts or reducing completely, but also those vocational core courses, Arnie, that you're talking about for people who may not be inclined to go to college, that those classes that help for the students that don't intend to go there, building and those types of things are also in jeopardy.
They're very critical. I use a prime example when this coming year I'll have my 50th class reunion. Back in the 60s and 70s, and that if you were willing to learn how to do something, that's all you really needed to get a job. That is no longer there. I worked for a power company, and back then, an individual that unloaded coal at a coal plant, they would teach. Now that they need 2 years of technical school before they actually can get those type of jobs.
Yeah.
Well, in order to do that, you need to spend the time in knowing what a computer is, knowing your math, and so forth. And I think if you talk to a lot of people that are in the trades, it isn't like it used to be. There's so much more involvement, and you need to give your students the ability to be able to go forward on that and learn it. And then they learn and get interested in whatever they want to go into. And there's a lot of nice, good technical jobs out there, but you still need the ability.
You need that foundation.
The foundation to be able to make it even at a tech school.
And I've heard that what was good 20 years ago, it just isn't good enough anymore.
No.
We're going to take a break. We're going to come back and talk more about the perm-dent school levy, so stick with us. Welcome back. We're talking to Sue Von Ruden and Arnie Thompson from the Perm-Dent School Board, and we're talking about the levy. And Sue, tell me about how people can kind of figure out, what does it mean if they say yes? What
the tax implications may be. Homeowners can, to find out what they will be looking at, they can go to the Perm-Dent School website, and there's a calculator on there. I don't know what the exact term is, but they can put in the value of what their home property is and then find out what their increase in taxes would be. And we're really encouraging people to do that because we think that'd be really helpful in answering people's questions about exactly what will it cost me, because we can't get exactly because we don't know what people's exact amounts are. The other thing that we really think is very important is for our farming community to contact the county assessor's office and speak with Mr. Moe there to find out what their tax increase are looking at, because it's real important for the farming community to understand is that they are farmed only on their house, garage, and 1 acre of land.
So if somebody's got 1,000 acres, it's not
1 acre.
Okay.
House, garage, and 1 acre, and that really needs to be stressed so people understand that and feel comfortable with that. And I do have a phone number where they can call the county assessor's office, and that would be 218-998-8010.
Okay, good.
And then for business owners, they are taxed on their structure, not on the value of the business. So that's another important piece of information for them to find out. But we do encourage people to contact the county assessor's office to get the exact amounts. They're very helpful down there. Some people have already called, very helpful.
Okay, great. Arnie, before we run out of time, I wonder if you can give us some examples. So what does that mean to a person? How does that translate to dollars?
Okay, if you have a house or property that's valued at $150,000, you would end up paying less than $20 if all three of the questions were put into
all three of them.
All three of them.
Okay.
So a month. So really, for the first question, which is for the students, is less than $11
a month.
A month.
Okay.
So I mean, when you stop to think about it, yes, it's extra money, but for the amount of money it is, it's the best investment that we can do for our young students and so forth, because there's our future.
Exactly.
And the better we educate them, the better off they will be.
That's about 30 cents a day.
That's about 30 cents a day.
Yeah.
So it's really economical in one sense of the word, but grant you it's an increase in taxes. But I think you have to take a look at it, what it will do for us. And I appreciate everybody to get out and vote when it comes in November. And
in the regular place that they...
In the regular places, yes.
Okay. And Sue, have you got...
I would just encourage people to become informed and then to vote. The best way to vote is to be informed.
Well, and is there a place that they can go for more information? You mentioned the high school or the Perm School District website.
Yes, the Perm School District website, which is www.perm.k12.mn.us. They can certainly call Tamara Uzelman, the superintendent, or any of us board members would be thrilled to talk to people.
Okay, and I know that there is a Facebook page that people can go as well and find out even more information, or maybe what other people in the community are thinking. So Sue Von Ruden, Arnie Thompson, thank you both very much for being with us on the Perm Extra, and thank you for getting people informed on this.